It's currently the middle of winter, and with pike fishing hitting its peak, I decided to do a session on a huge canal, with pike over 30 pounds. Right, well it's been quite a while since I've last made a fishing video, about a month, or since I've made a proper brand new fishing video, and that's because I have been busy. Well, I've been on holiday. I went to Turkey. It was a lovely holiday. There weren't particularly many fish, but it was still very nice nonetheless. And then after that I got ill for about a week, so I haven't really been able to film anything. I have been doing quite a few sessions on the canal for pike, lure fishing sessions, dead baiting sessions, but literally none of it was successful. It's been a very silent week of fishing. But today I am back out at it. I'm just at a junction in this canal where you basically have two water bodies that meet. The main canal that goes straight through it, and the smaller canal feeding off basically into the distance down there. Pretty cool venue, and there's a lot of pike in here. I think there's been 2 fish in this canal caught, well in this marina at least, caught up to over 35 pounds. There was I think one at 38 and one at 36. And there's been plenty of 20s caught here, and plenty of mid-doubles. So it is a pretty incredible place. No. Did it take my dead bait? Are you serious? I was so bang on with my cast. What happened? Oh my god. So it just comes off like that. How did it come off that easily? Explain how it... There we go. Right, so I've just set this up, so basically if a pike takes the bait and the line gets a bit of resistance, it'll pop out the clip and we'll get a big drop back. Or if it obviously drops back, we'll get a drop back bite. The thing is, although I've got a bait out, I'm just not that confident in roach. I've been more confident in like sprat or smelts, like a mackerel. Ooh! Ooh! Right, there's definitely some sort of feeding spell going on. The pike just jumped out straight here. Right, next dead bait's going straight there. Perfect. Before I continue with the video, I just want to ask if you can subscribe, as I'm trying to hit 10k subscribers by the end of the year, so it would really help the channel out. Although none of the sessions leading up to this one were successful, I did come close a couple of times to catching a pike, and had a lot of fun. Right, well that was interesting. We were just sitting down. Ewan was ready to get his double roach super rig out because he didn't have a big enough dead bait to use. I don't know if you can even hear this properly currently with the wind, but the line pinged out the clip and the bobbin dropped back, and we definitely had something on. But when I set into it, there was nothing. Fortunately, we didn't get any of it on video. The last time I'd seen a pike was in November of 2025, when me and Ewan were doing a short lure fishing session on the canal, and as usual, he ended up hooking into a really decent fish. Yeah. That's a decent fish, it's a decent fish. Right at the end.
Get it straight in, it's in the gill.
Where do I?
Ready?
Whoa, my days!
Wait, just get him in. Right.
First netting.
Let's go, bruh.
Wow.
Like that.
You know, the whole morning we had literally nothing, like not a single strike. Then I just hear you shouting, I've got a good pike, and yeah, it's a nice fish.
I think that's what I was cutting out, just so we get picked up.
Right. We're moving to another good spot. What an incredible fish. And back in the present, I was getting some action on my pike rods. No! No! It's 100% a pike, wasn't it? No way! I literally just got a bite from a pike. Out of nowhere. No way! I set too soon. I'm not sure what happened. That could have been a pike biting the tail, or me just setting really hard and ripping through. I'm not gonna know, but that could have been something. I mean, it was definitely something moving through the area. Right, well I'm quite confused to what happened exactly, as, you know, although, you know, I had like a bite, a definite bite, you know, the bobbin pulled up and the line went out the clip. When I set into it, there was nothing, and you know, I gave it a bit of time, you know, there was something taking the bait. I did give it a bit of time to, you know, take the bait before I set, but I didn't even feel anything. So very odd. I mean, it could have just been a big fish passing through, or not even that big of a fish, just like, you know, I mean, a 3-4 pound fish just swimming through the line could do that quite easily. But when I looked at the roach, there were like no bite marks. I mean, the tail was like ripped open, but that could just be the treble, you know, that came out, and it had come out as well. So it was like just a treble. So I'm not really sure. That was very strange, but definitely they're definitely fishing the area. But otherwise, this is an incredible canal. It's one of the largest in the country, as you can see. It is huge. I mean, this is not the main width. This is one of the wider bits, but even down there, it's still like more than double. I think it's like 2.5 times the width of an average canal. Apparently this spot down here is really good for pike, but it's super heavily fished. Like, this is where everyone puts their dead baits in, so I don't have that much faith in the spot, as, you know, a lot of people fish there. So I'm just fishing down here. This is where the 2 big ones were landed, just out this little basin, and yeah, they were massive apparently, like getting on for 4 foot. So some proper giants. I doubt I'm gonna catch a big one like that. I'd be happy with not even a double. An upper single would be nice. But look at this, we've got a beautiful sunset here. Look at that. That is incredible. Got some nice pink clouds down there as well. It's beautiful, beautiful sky currently. But no fish. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. Thought the weather would be good. Thought the conditions would be right, but no. Strange. We've got till dark, so if the pike do decide to bite before dark, it'd be great, but if not, it is what it is. Right, that's strange. One of the bobbins moved a tiny bit. That could be something playing with the bait, I'm not sure. You know, there's no wind, so it's not like the wind would like blow the bobbins around. There are some pretty crazy dead baiting stories from here. Like some absolutely insane stuff that happened. Like, for instance, there was this guy who was dead baiting just off the other side of the bridge, and his float got taken by something. So he set straight into it, and it just started running like mad, like just not like any pike would run. Like, no pike could do that, right? And it basically ran halfway up those boats, like about 100 meters, and he was like running out of line. So he decided to just sort of tighten up the drag completely and try and turn it, and it just snapped through the braid. There was also this incident, this is not dead baiting, but where they see just lure fishing, and he hooked something, and he just couldn't lift it off the bottom, and it just sort of ploughed all the way down to that bridge basically. So 200, 300 meters, like an absolutely wild occurrence. And yeah, basically it ploughed him all the way down there, and it just came off. Now, these are pretty unexplainable occurrences, you could say. No big pike could do that. It's just not a world where that would happen. But at the same time, what else would live in here that could do that? I think the only answer to that would be catfish, as they're huge. They can grow, in the UK they grow well over 100 pounds, and they fight like mad. They're some of the hardest fighting fish in the UK, easily. I'd say, like, pound for pound, they're getting close to Marvel. I myself have personally had encounters with catfish before, and felt their immense strength, and yeah, it's safe to say they would definitely they'd fit everything for this. They tick all the boxes. Oh, that scared me, I heard that. What did they do? It dropped back. Yeah, it dropped back. Currently, since that's dropped back, there's either something potentially playing with the bait and like eating it, or something just swam through the line. Right, so before it gets fully dark, I'm going to check I've still got both dead baits on. Looks to be relatively intact. Right. That just had a bit of action there. I was about to like bring that in. Something touched that. Right, that's going to stay there. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Right, well, as you can see, it is pretty much dark now. Lights are turned on around here, which is the great thing about fishing in the junction, as you've got multiple areas of light. So you aren't in pitch black, you still got a bit of light. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Haven't had anything else going on other than that one bobbin that pulled up, but you know, there's still a chance of something happening. The pike never showed up, but I will return very soon.